the greatest ni'mah is Islam. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted us the opportunity to acknowledge His Lordship over us. To say La ilaha illallah Muhammadrasول sallallahu. This is the greatest ni'mah after khalq. Even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala honoring us with creating us. But if we are ungrateful, if we don't acknowledge, then it is not an honor. It becomes, that person becomes a trial for him to be in existence and not to accept his Lord, that he will be in bad ending. So Islam, alhamdulillah, لك الحمد يا ربي على نعمة الإسلام. For Shaykh, they taught us to say shukr and hamd daily. And one of the things is alhamdulillah, to say 500 times alhamdulillah for that you have created me and made me Muslim. And you didn't make me something following another wrong understanding. So, and the greatest ni'mah of being Muslim is connected to the one for whose sake Allah created this creation, Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu. Because in him, Islam, the perfection of Islam is manifest in him. Salawatu Rabbi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Guidance is perfected for him. The opportunity to draw near to Allah is perfected. Salawatu Rabbi wa salamu alayhi. And because of that, we also have that opportunity. Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam went on Isra and Mi'raj in this holy month of Rajab, drew nearer to his Lord, قَابَ قَوْسَيْنِ أَوْ أَدْنَى. No one understands that statement. Is only a symbol pointing to nearness. Allah also left it open. He says قَابَ قَوْسَيْنِ, 2 bows length. What is 2 bows length? Who knows what 2 bows length? أَوْ أَدْنَى, or nearer. How nearer, how much? It's open, it's mutlaqa. Means when it comes to Prophet ﷺ as the perfect abd and his connection to his Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is no understanding that can yuhit, no ability to imagine what that connection and that uns and that nearness and that relationship between Allah and his Prophet ﷺ. No one can attempt to understand that. But it is for us an indication is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He is Al-Mustafa, that He is Al-Mushtaba by His Lord, that He is the one whom Allah loves, He is Habibullah, that He is most beloved, most honored, most acceptable, most highly regarded by Lord of creation, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa'sahbihi wa'sallam. And this Isra and Mi'raj, as we said last night from our ulama, is nothing but a procession and an invitation to visit all the different awalim, universes and dimensions, for Prophet to go and see them as a tourist, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, مَا زَاغَ الْبَصَرُ وَمَا طَغَى, that his eyesight was never wavering, he was never looking left and right, he was never looking salawatu rabbi wa salamu alayhi, oh, what is this great creation of Allah. Even ulama said that when he came back from Isra and Mi'raj, and the Qurayshis who didn't believe in him said, oh, you went and came in one night. He didn't even tell them about Mi'raj. He just told them about Isra from to Jerusalem. That's it. He said, we went there and we takes us 30 days beating our camels to get there. And you went there last night and came back and you're now here talking to us. Abu Jahl alayhi ma yastahiq. Belittling. And then he's thinking he's smart. He saw Prophet. He said, yes. He says, okay. He didn't say anything to Prophet ﷺ, like accusing him of anything. He says, if I told your people, would you tell them what you told me? Like when you treat somebody as if they're crazy. It's like, oh, let me get your people. Can you tell them the same thing you told me? He said, okay, get them.
Allah.
And Prophet ﷺ told them. And so they started to belittle him, making noises, laughing at him, some even putting their hands on his head, and so forth. And then they were asking him, if you've never been to Jerusalem, describe for us Baytul Maqdis. Show it, tell us how it is, so we know. And Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ in the hadith, he said that I started to speak, but then some aspects of it were not clear to me. Because of Prophet ﷺ was never curious, was not a tourist. He was not going to tour the Baytul Maqdis. He was invited to his Lord's presence. And his full hudur and attention was with his Lord, not with the dunya. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought Baytul Maqdis in its entirety in front of him. And the whole Baytul Maqdis was in front of him. And whatever he wanted to describe something, it was for him there. Even in one of the hadith says, and landed it in a spot, Bani Uqayl. The whole Baytul Maqdis, Allah brought it for him. But the point is that the reason why Prophet ﷺ was not looking at anything. He was invited to his Lord's presence, Allah. What was he looking for? To be with his Lord. He was looking to his Lord's presence. He was never out of his Lord's presence. Ma'arij, Prophet ﷺ, he says, I have 1 hour with my Lord, 1 hour with creation. Maulana Shaykh Nazim used to say, the presence of Prophet in dunya is only one ray from his reality. His reality is in Allah's presence. May Allah give us understanding. Sallu ala Nabi in this day and in this month. Inshallah, the month of Sha'ban is coming. Make too much salawat on him. Sallallahu alayhi. And this dunya is quickly, inshallah, finishing. And all the signs we are witnessing of dhulm, of killing, of kufr, of Satanism, demonic behavior, animal behavior that human beings are engaged in are nothing but signs for us that the end is near. May Allah bring Sayyidina al-Mahdi alayhi salam, grant us to be with him, inshallah, grant us husnul khatimah. قولوا قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم.